So we'll just be making a start now. Just to remind you that yeah, it's being live streamed currently as well on YouTube. Um, 1 second. Just a second. Sorry. Um, yep. So if you get cut off from the Zoom call, you can always join back on the Zoom, or you can join via on YouTube on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/meditation for all UK. There's a link there. And you can access the live stream on there. If I get cut off for any reason, then I'll be trying to connect straight away. So we'll make a start first. We'll just start with a quick intro. I know a few people already aware of the intro, but just for any new people who have sort of joined the live stream. So meditation is just bringing our attention to recognizing who we truly are. And so we're accessing a part of ourselves beyond our sense of identity, beyond thought, and coming into our own sense of presence or being, own sense of awareness, a deeper sense of awareness. And so different techniques are used to sort of bring the attention into that space within ourselves and to recognize and abide in that natural presence or into a natural meditation. Natural meditation meaning it's just being yourself, letting go of the thoughts and the perceptions and the beliefs that you hold on to, and the self-image you have that you hold on to, and then recognizing that natural effortless space of being, which is beyond the identity, beyond the personality. And so in today's guided meditation, we'll be using 3 different techniques. First, starting with the breath, just being aware of the breath at the nostril area, then the third eye, and then just a contemplation. Contemplation is just to bring your attention into that deeper space of being, into a natural, effortless space of meditation where you can sort of drop the technique, drop practicing or focusing on a particular object of meditation, and just naturally be let go within oneself, surrender into one's own inner presence, and just to rest in a natural, effortless space. And so just making yourself comfortable, making sure your distractions are minimum, maybe putting your phone on silent or switching it off, or using a cushion, blankets to help you make you feel comfortable. Preferably if you sit up and keep your spine straight. And so yes, we'll be making a start now. So just feeling comfortable in your posture, and just closing your eyes in your own time, closing your eyes. And as you close your eyes, just bringing your attention to the breath. So at the nostril area, you can feel that sensation of air coming in as you inhale. And as you exhale, you can feel that sensation of air coming back out the nostril. So now just bringing your attention to the nostril area. And just watching the breath naturally coming in and out. You don't need to change or alter your breathing in any way. However, initially, as you focus on the breath, you may find yourself breathing in deeply. But slowly just try to just observe the breath in its natural rhythm. As you inhale, you can feel the air passing in through the nostrils. And as you exhale, you can feel that sensation of air moving back out the nostril. So just now bringing your attention to the nostril area and just watching the breath naturally coming in and out. Naturally watching the breath. And so you may notice that the breath may be predominantly coming through the left nostril, or possibly coming through the right nostril, or both the nostrils. So just taking a moment now and just observing where you feel that sensation of air the most. Do you feel air coming predominantly through the left nostril or the right nostril, or equally through both? So just being aware of that now. Do you feel when you breathe in and out, do you feel the air coming in the lower part of the nostril or high up the nostril, the left or right, higher or lower down the nostril or the upper lip area? Where can you feel that sensation the most? And at that spot where you feel the sensation of the breath the most, just try to focus your attention there and not concentrating too much where it creates a tension. Just placing your attention at that space in the nostrils, and being attentive but relaxed at the same time. So you need the right balance of attentiveness and relaxation. Where you're not focusing your attention too hard, but there's a gentle just placing of your attention at the nostril area. And then just simply just watching, or just awareness of the breath coming in and out. Watching the breath coming in, watching the breath coming out. And each time you notice your attention moving, thoughts, just take a moment, take a step back and just observe that thought that you're experiencing. Are you identifying or reacting to that particular thought in any way? Are you creating a story around that particular thought or experience? Just being aware of that if you are, and then gently bringing your attention back to the breath, again to that space in the nostril area where you feel that sensation of air the most, and just placing your attention there just to remain a witness, just to be aware, just to observe the breath as it is moment to moment. And slowly your breathing will start to flow into its own rhythm. Your breathing will start to slow down, become deeper as you allow your attention to rest at the nostril area, as you allow your attention to be with the breath. No longer your attention is scattered and moving to jumping to each and every thought or experience. Your attention becomes concentrated on a single object of the breath and just observing that sensation of air coming in and out. If you find your attention scattered in this moment, just be aware of that. Don't feel frustrated. If there's a sense of frustration, be aware of that as well. If there's a sense of I'm not doing it right, or any type of thoughts which may be giving some resistance to the technique, then just be aware of that also. And so in this technique, every thought, every experience, even if it's a distraction, is an opportunity to become self-conscious, is to bring that conscious awareness to maybe some resistance we have within ourselves, to bring some conscious awareness to our state of mind, our emotions, the different thought patterns we entertain, the different beliefs we hold. And we start to bring that awareness, that consciousness to them different patterns. And the first step is becoming aware of them patterns. And then slowly, slowly, you no longer are affected or unconsciously react to them. So each time bringing your attention to the breath at the nostril area and just watching, just being aware of the breath coming in and out. And as you go deeper in the meditation, you'll recognize that you as an identity, as a person, you don't have to watch the breath. There's a natural sense of awareness wherever the attention is. There's a natural awareness of that experience, which is effortless. Wherever your attention is in this moment, whether it's with the breath or with some other thought, recognize that you are aware, you are present, and you're aware, you're observing that particular experience naturally. Watching the breath coming in and out, feeling the mind slowing down, the thoughts start to slow down as your attention starts to absorb into the breath and your concentration deepens. Naturally, the thoughts start to slow down. You experience more space, more presence in between the thoughts, in between the experiences. And the breathing starts to flow in its own natural rhythm. The breathing starts to feel the sense of calmness with the breath, the sense of tranquility, a flow of energy. And your mind and your body starts to feel a deep sense of tranquility, calmness, as your attention concentrates on the breath. And you remain just a witness or aware of the natural phenomena of the breath coming in and out. If your attention is moving to different thoughts, swinging to different thoughts, just be aware of that. And each time your attention is not with the breath, just when you find yourself caught up in that thought pattern or that particular experience or emotion or some belief or some story you're telling yourself, just take a step back first and just try to just be same way we are aware of the breath coming in and out. In the same way, just try to be aware of that particular thought, that particular story or emotion or experience. Just try to be aware of it without engaging into its story, without becoming identified and reacting to that thought or experience. Just try to see as it is in the moment without suppressing it or without holding on to it. Just giving it space within your own presence, within your own awareness, and seeing it for what it is, simply a thought or an experience, a movement of energy within oneself, maybe a conditioned part of your beliefs, your identity, your emotions. And without interpreting or going into it too much, just see it as it is. and then gently move your attention back to the breath. If you try to go into that particular emotion, try to analyze or judge it or interpret it in any way, you'll find yourself getting caught up in that emotion or thought or belief. And you start going more into a story, into a narrative. Again, then you go into the mind, into the thought, and into the identification with the mind, with thought. Instead, we want to bring our attention back to the breath each time and slowly start to access a space within ourselves, that awareness within ourselves, that space within ourselves, which is beyond thought, that space in which thoughts come and disappear back into. A normal state of consciousness, we identify with who we are via thought. Everything, who we are, our identity, our self image is related to thought. So now we start to experience ourselves beyond the thought layer into our presence, into our space, into this deeper sense of awareness or connection with existence, beyond the psychological mind. So, first starting with the breath, allowing your attention to be with the breath, and just having that, practicing that quality of just being aware, just remaining in that space of awareness within oneself, and just recognizing that space of awareness. Wherever your attention is, you're simply aware, naturally, effortlessly. The attention is that point which moves from object to object. The attention moves to this, the breath, or the attention moves to a thought or some sound or sensation. The attention is constantly moving. And when the attention falls onto a particular experience, we experience that thought or sensation or emotion. And from one thought, it creates a chain of thought and a sense of identity and story around them chains of thought. And we find our attention sort of gets caught up in that chain of thought, in that chain of thinking. So we, in this technique, we start to bring our attention into this space of just being aware, into this space of awareness, which is free from thought, but also the space in which thoughts come and go. So now we'll be moving from the breath awareness, moving to the third eye meditation. So if you wish to follow the breath technique, you can do. If not, just bring your attention to the point in between the eyebrows. And just allow your attention to rest at that space in between the eyebrows. And as you breathe in, feeling as though you're breathing in energy into the point in between the eyebrows. And as you breathe out, just allowing your attention and your energy to rest at the space in between the eyebrows. Breathing in, you're feeling the breath as a flow of energy rising up the nostril, moving to the space in between the eyebrows. You're feeling your attention rest at this space in between the eyebrows. As you exhale, Just feeling your attention and energy rest for the space in between the eyebrows. Breathing in, feeling a flow of energy moving towards the point in between the eyebrows. Breathing out, allowing your attention and energy to rest at that space in between the eyebrows. Feeling your attention moving to this space in between the eyebrows. And also with your eyes closed, feeling as though your physical eyes are moving towards this point in between the eyebrows. Feeling as though you're looking up into this point in between the eyebrows, not creating too much tension. If you feel tension, then just returning to the breath, returning to the nostril area, but just having a gentle gaze upwards to this point in between the eyebrows, as though you're gazing at a flower or gazing at a wide space in nature. It's that gentle, unfocused gaze at this point with your attention there. And when you feel your attention has sufficiently focused at the space in between the eyebrows, then you can stop following the breath in and out. You can stop visualizing the breath as a flow of energy. But when you're ready, just allow your attention just to rest now at this space in between the eyebrows, inwardly gazing at the space in between the eyebrows, feeling the movement of energy gather at this space. And then slowly with time, just feeling your attention being pulled in from this point in between the eyebrows back into the center of the brain, feeling as though you're looking inwards from the point from the third eye, you're looking inwards into the center of the brain, into the body, and into one's inner space. And with our physical eyes, we look out into the world. With the third eye, we look into our inner space and connect with our inner dimension, that formless dimension within oneself. So with your attention at the third eye, just feeling as though you're looking into the center of the brain, looking into oneself, aware of the different sensations in the body, aware of the outline of the body, the different sensations in the body. And then just aware of a sense of infinite boundless space within oneself. The body itself, the physical body itself, and the sensations in the body all appear within a infinite and boundless space. Even the cells of the body are held within space. So just trying to, from the third eye, as you look inwards through the third eye, just trying to connect to that dimension of space within oneself. And that space being infinite, boundless, without any boundary. And in that space, there's this sense of this body and the sensations of the body. In this sense of space, there's a movement of attention, there's the breath, there's thoughts which appear and disappear. There's this sense of me as an identity, as a person, a personality. And all these aspects, dimensions of oneself exist within this infinite, boundless space. So as you're aware of the third eye, you're connecting to this dimension of space within oneself, this formless dimension of space in which these form of the body, the sensations in the body, in which thought forms arise, emotional forms arise, energetic forms arise, in which the form of me as a person, as an identity also arises and comes and goes. So as you're looking inwards from the third eye, any experience can arise. But you're just recognizing it appear and disappear within your own inner space. And your inner space is boundless, infinite, undisturbed by unpleasant or pleasant experience or experiences, thoughts or emotions. Normally, our attention focuses on the experiences, on the thoughts or outer experiences from our senses. And our attention focuses on that particular object of perception. Now we're shifting our attention instead of focusing on a particular object, whether it's a thought, emotion, sensation, or sound, or sense impression. Instead of our attention focusing on the object, we're focusing our attention on the space in which that object appears and disappears. Just like a projector, on the projector, blank projector, is a projection of images, of light, which create an image and a story and a film and a movie. But that projector remains blank. It remains the vase in which these images appear and disappear. In the same way, from the third eye, we're trying to connect that sense of inner space, unchanging space, in which this projection of thoughts and emotions and of our identity of the world appears and disappears within. There's a deeper space within oneself, a formless space, an infinite boundless space of presence awareness, which is like this projector, or which is like the sky. The sky, clouds can come and go in the sky, but the sky remains unaffected. Only when you identify with your the form of identity, me, as a separate person, as a self-image, only that self-identity, only that identity is affected by different thoughts and emotions, which is affected by circumstances and situations in the world. As we connect to that deeper space within ourselves, we find a sense of being, which is freedom itself, which is peace itself, which is undisturbed, unchanging, ever present. And this whole technique of meditation is discovering who you are at your very essence, at the very core. And still the different dimensions, the different aspects of oneself still appear within that essence of who you are and still can express from that space. So now we'll be going into the third part of the technique. It's just the contemplation, it's just abiding into that natural space. So if you wish to, you can stop using the breath technique or the third eye technique, whatever you may be using. And you don't have to concentrate your attention anywhere, but just trying to bring your attention to this space of presence, this inner space within oneself, which is unchanging. which is formless in nature. There's a sense of just being aware without being aware of something, aware of a thought or experience. There's just a sense of awareness, being aware of itself, or sense of just being present or existing here and now. Before you connect to any thought, just remain as a space of presence, of awareness, of simply existing as existence itself, as life itself. Each time you find your attention moves to the identity or to the conditioned mind, again, then you start thinking this narrative appears of me, my world, the past, the future. If that appears, just see it from this deeper space of awareness. See that it's just a projection of thought, of form, or movement of form. And all forms, all thought forms, and even our own self image and identity is continually changing in nature. Anything you can be aware of is changing in nature, arises and passes in its own time within your inner space. Any thought, emotion is not permanent. Even our own identity is not permanent. It changes with time. Find your attention getting caught up in identity and in past, future. Just take a step back and be aware of that. And then just recognize this sense of just awareness, or connect to the sense of just space, boundless infinite space within oneself. And within that space, there's this movement of thought, a movement of experience, movement of energy, thoughts, emotions, sensations. It's just a movement of energy, a movement of vibration, which appears in front of the attention and then disappears, dissolves back into your inner space. Everything constantly cycling in this way, appearing, arising from your inner space, playing for some time, and then dissolving back into oneself. All sensations, all emotions, thoughts, even the sense of identity is not permanently there. It only appears and disappears within one's inner space. Just a projection within oneself. And the very core of meditation is to find out who you are beyond that projection of the psychological mind, who you are beyond your conditioning, who you are beyond past or future. If you don't move into the past of who you are, or into the future of who you are becoming, who are you right now? If you don't move your attention into any thought or identify with any thought or the conditioned mind, if you don't move into thought, you still exist, you still are here now. You're an expression of life itself. There's a deeper space of just existing, of presence, of awareness, of consciousness, which is beyond thought, which is beyond your identity. And when you abide in that space, there's no sense of me and the other, me and the world. There's no sense of separation, no sense of duality. There's only this existence, this life, here now. And there's a causeless joy as you just abide in that space of being. A sense of joy, bliss, love, peace, which is a natural fragrance of existence, a natural fragrance of life itself. That joy, that peace, that love is not an object to be found outside of yourself. And the whole thing of meditation is to let go of one's projections, let go of the conditioned mind and the invested belief we have in the conditioned mind and our identity, and to realize ourselves, recognize who we are in our very essence as life itself, as existence itself. And as the very essence of life in this moment, you're complete, fulfilled. You're at peace. You are peace. There's no even sense of you and peace, you and joy, you and love. There's just love, there's just joy, there's just this presence, there's just this existence or life. There's no one separate from it. Only as you move into your mind, your identity, that sense of separation and duality appears. And you can still use the identity and creatively, uniquely express through the identity. But no longer that mask becomes stuck to you. You realize who you are is completely free from the mask, free from the mask of identity. As long as you think you're just that mask of identity, you feel stuck in a prison of your own beliefs and conditioned mind. When you recognize who you truly are is always free, has always been free, then you come free from that sense of identity and its limitations. Still, the identity can appear as it's habitually conditioned to, as we believe where this our thoughts, our emotions, our beliefs. So it still appears, but the now is a chance to bring that conscious awareness to that layer of identity, of thought and emotion when it appears, and to see it as it is, and then to shift our attention into our presence and into who we truly are, moment to moment, whenever you move into that illusion of identity, to recognize who you truly are, come back home to oneself and allow life to express from this space of presence and express itself uniquely as it needs to be in the situations you face in life, but to live from a deeper space of presence instead of a sense of separateness. And so that's the end of today's meditation. So slowly now just bringing your attention first to the breath. Aware of the breath coming in and out. And then as you breathe in and out, feeling that sensation of the breath throughout the body. Feeling the lungs inflating, the diaphragm, abdomen moving as you inhale and exhale. And then being aware of your body, being aware of the sensations in the body. Scanning your attention from the top of the head down to the feet. And just releasing any excess energy you may be holding down through the legs, down the feet, into the earth. Feeling the energy of the earth rising up through the body, through the feet, up to the top of the head, supporting, nourishing you, grounding you. Slowly bringing your attention back into your normal body consciousness, back into the body sensation, back into your external senses. Aware of any sense of taste or smell you may perceive. Aware of sound. And slowly, in your own time, opening your eyes in your own time, opening your eyes. So that's the end of the meditation. Just make sure you take some food or water just to help ground you. Taking your time if necessary after this session for introspection, as it can bring up different thoughts and emotions. So just being aware of that. So if anybody has any questions, you can ask me now. Just to remind you that it's been live streamed as well on YouTube, so it is recorded via YouTube. So you can leave any questions in the chat, or you can talk to me there. I know it's on YouTube. If anybody's watching on YouTube as well, if you have any questions, you can ask in the live chat for the next couple of minutes. The next session will be next Sunday, 2 p.m. Also, this coming Thursday at 7 p.m. British Standard Time, there's a healing circle via Zoom. So that will be a 1 hour session on Zoom, where we'll start with a sort of meditation to help ground you into your own presence and to hold the space. And then we will share with whoever's there. We'll share and chat our experiences and any questions we may have, and everybody has a chance to sort of speak and share the perception and their experience, and just to hold space and presence for anything to come up as a group. And so that's this Thursday at 7 p.m. It's the first time we're going to do this session, so we'll experiment with things and see how things play in the future. Anybody any questions?
Hi, Priyesh.
You all right?
Yes.
Hi.
Yeah. Thank you. That was lovely. I actually cooked myself some food at the beginning of this, so I was actually eating. Which is, I know, well, that's amazing for me. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But my question is, when I go into the pineal gland inside my head, I see colors, and they're like sort of streamers coming off, and it's red and gold, and there's sometimes purple, and there was a bit of blue today. Is there any significance to that? And they're sort of swirling about like sort of streamers sort of going upwards, coming out of the gland. I don't know if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, I understand. You can interpret it in some ways. They say, certain colors like red, like root chakra, and blue will be like a throat chakra. And so colors are basically means energy in a different frequencies of vibration, different frequencies of vibration that have represent as different colors, um, and so that represents to the different chakras, different aspects or frequencies within oneself, and it's maybe as that sort of comes up within yourself, you experience that color as well. So if you have predominantly a certain color, it could represent your sort of your energies that working with that sort of that layer. To say the red, it could be the root chakra, or regarding that type of energy or that dimension of oneself. Um,
What
is
about
in
gold?
gold is sort of more of a sort of etheric, more of a complete from crown. Crown is sort of purpley, but gold is like a complete of a whole the whole expression of all them different dimensions. Really, yeah, it's
Because I see.
more connected to sort of your aura as well. Your aura body, the whole there's a sort of like an oval type of your energy sort of when it comes into sort of coherence, it sort of feels this shape of a sort of egg type of shape, oval shape. And when that's sort of really complete, you can feel sort of gold and silver, and it goes into that sort of color as well as you expand your sort of energy body. Yeah.
So why am I seeing gold? Because I see gold, a lot of gold, red, mainly red and gold,
Hmm.
occasionally purple, and today blue. But why am I seeing gold then?
I'm not sure completely. It can even be, different, higher dimensions of energy as well coming through, and the protective type of energy as well. It can be as well, gold. Um, it's a sort of very divine type of color, and brings a lot of strength and sort of protection as well. Gold. Um, so it could be that as well, that protective type of energy around your energy field as well. Yeah.
Lovely. Okay. Thank you. I'm looking forward to Thursday. How long is it going to be for? How long will you do it for, my love?
So it depends of how many people really. So I've put an hour anyway. So we'll do like a short meditation for maybe 10 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes. So where there'll be we're just meditating, just sort of connecting to one's own presence, and just trying to connect to that space within ourselves where we can be aware of our thoughts and perceptions, and then sort of without losing that sort of sense of presence and connection, um, going around the group and sharing anything. And when you listen as well to other people speak or share anything, we're sort of holding that sort of presence within ourselves as well. So you're being aware of when someone speaks, how does that sort of create thoughts and beliefs, and how does that stir different emotions in ourselves, and being present to what it brings up within oneself as well. So then it's like a group type of healing process. Other people's experiences can also be a healing process for than oneself as well, because we sort of experience certain experiences where we had similar and similar emotions and similar beliefs, and it starts to heal on a collective type of level in that way. And as you do it with a group as well, then it sort of has a energizes and it magnifies that healing energy, yeah, and presence, yeah.
Yeah. And did you say you're doing sound as well?
No, this does it would just be just the healing one is just what's it called, a little guided meditation. Maybe I
Oh,
might use some little bit of a like a fire of a camphor type of you know like a candle or something to focus on, and that's about it. And then it'll be just sort of sharing and the thingy. A sound meditation I will be doing at some point, but still working with um what's it called, the equipment at the moment to get the right quality of sound. um yeah, it's 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock this Thursday, yeah.
oh, I thought it was a sound one you were doing this Thursday.
No, it's the healing circle, yeah. So yeah, healing one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be like Zoom. It won't be live streamed or anything, so it'll be confidential of what people share. Nothing's going to be shared of what other people speak or anything. um and just whatever, whoever appears really, and we can share in, even if it's a few people, we can sort of hold space, and then we can yeah.
Are you putting it on Meetup?
Yeah, it's on Meetup I think as well, yeah. Healing circle, it says. this Thursday.
Oh, is it
And
there already?
yeah, it's already there, and you can you probably have to RSVP to it. Then you can. The link is not shared at the moment, but maybe closer to the time of day before, the link will be there. So when you want to access the healing circle on Thursday, just go to Meetup, and if you've RSVP'd, you'll see the link, and you just click the link, and then I can admit you into the group. Yeah.
Okay, because the link got us here directly today, so that's good, right?
Yeah. So it'll be same like today. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was no trouble or anything.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah. Sorry, Mello just said bye bye. So, okay. Bye bye.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought he's closing the meeting quick. Ah, did you
Yeah.
you got my message, did you? That came up during my breathing, or after the breathing actually. Are we still be recording and live or not?
Yeah. It is. And 1 second. Yes. I don't know if I can. There's issue because I can't seem to then take it. What's it called? I can't get it off basically. Once it's recording, it doesn't let me for some reason. I have to disconnect the whole meeting.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you turn the live off on YouTube?
No, I can't do it. Sorry. There's something I don't know why I can't do it, but 1 second, I'm gonna go and try to go to YouTube. I've tried it before, but I don't know.
Do people watch you on YouTube as well?
Yeah, there's a few people, yeah, that watch them. The other week there was someone at the beach as well somewhere. There was at the
Oh,
beach and they was listening. Yeah, so there's people, whoever, they can turn up, yeah.
got a regular following, eh?
Yeah. Or people, watch it if it's not live as well, then there's views that come afterwards, after on YouTube, yeah. People watch it in their own time, yeah, and practice in their own time, yeah.
I wish I lived closer to you because on Saturday at 1:15, you've got a sound gong bath meditation, and then 2:45. Is that the same day or is
Yeah,
it a
so
different day? You've got a sound bath. I mean, wow, what a treat.
yeah, so there's two events, yeah. One I do mostly like just sound, and the other one's more of an energy type of healing with the sound. So there's two different,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Oh, I wish I lived closer to you. It's a shame you don't live anywhere near the sea, though.
yeah, I do like the sea.
Yes, yeah. Where are you again?
Leicester is in the Midlands near Nottingham, and yeah, up there,
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah.
What's it like up there?
Okay, not nowhere near the sea. It's okay, yeah, it's okay. Medium-sized city, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, is that where you're from? No, it's a silly question. Where you're from originally, but
Originally, I'm from, yeah, I was born in Leicester, but
how
my
was you?
parents are from India. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been born here and brought up here, so yeah.
Do you know, I really want to give up smoking cigarettes. Is that something you're able to help with, Priyesh?
I don't sort of work just on that sort of issue, like maybe something with hypnosis or sort of some type of um what's it called, NLP or something could possibly help with that, which sort of I don't sort of do, but maybe through energy healing, just doing meditation and sort of energy healing and just more that search within ourselves, some our addiction, sort of we give up our addiction just naturally, that's what I was experiencing myself as well, so
Have
yeah.
you? Have you? What have you
And
experienced?
just know, like with before, I used to, when I was a younger teenager and thing, I used to have alcohol and whatever, and I sort of dropped everything as soon as I sort of found sort of meditation, and there's a sort of going in that direction. These things sort of drop off by themselves because they don't have no attraction to you.
Yeah,
um
that's what I keep hearing. I seem to be getting worse.
mm. Sometimes it's because of pain as well. We use these things to cover
Yes.
our pain, we don't want to remain sort of become conscious of what's happening in ourselves, our feelings and emotions and beliefs. And so we use that to sort of bring us into unconsciousness. So we sort
Yes.
of, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And so as you go in the healing process, as you release them layers and become conscious and more, bring a more awareness, then there's no need for the addiction, because if you've healed what sort of trauma and what things you're trying to cover up by the using the addiction, then you know, you don't need that particular substance anymore, you know.
Mm. This is kind of grief, though. This is heavy stuff, it
Yeah,
seems.
so it can take time, you know. So
Mm.
just keep on, yeah, keep on sort of devoting yourself to the process, and then in its own time, you know, everything is not permanent, you know, even grief or even the heavy emotions, yeah, it's not permanent. You don't stay, you know, forever, you know.
Even
So
addictions, eh?
even addictions, everything, yeah, it don't stay
Even
forever. There's, you know,
smoking. Oh,
huh?
even smoking.
Even smoking, yeah.
My mother smoked until the day she died. Well, no, a week before she died. My brother, yeah, yeah, put her in a nursing home and she couldn't smoke. But you know, she'd had a little spell. She broke her hip. She smoked all her life and then had a spell where she broke her hip and obviously couldn't because she was in somewhere and then came out to start smoking again. I said, "What are you doing, mother?"
Mm.
But yeah,
If it's an unconscious habit, if you want to sort of break that chain, then that's about bringing more of the sort of conscious awareness to that habit and what's under that habit, why is it started, and what's maybe sort of things or feelings and emotions and beliefs are under that sort of habit. And also chemically as well, then, you know, with smoking and how it chemically creates a chemical sort of addiction in our body as well. Sort of clearing and detoxing can help to clear as well from alcohol and food and smoking, sort of detoxing the body, you know, with juices or water, that type of thing can help as well.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I really want to, so much things I want to do, but I liked what you said about, um, what was it you said about the future and the past? Just sort of be now, was something like that. Was that what you said?
Okay, yeah, yeah, just finding out who you are in this moment beyond the future and the past. So instead of going into the past of I'm this person, I experienced this, or in the future I want to experience this, I have these desires, or you know, I want to be this type of person in the future. If you just recognize who you are in this moment, um, that's sort of there's no pain there. There's no suffering. You just simply just exist. You simply are a part of life. You know, if you just bring your attention into the present moment, into your own presence. You know, only when you connect to past, then there's that suffering, that these emotions. Only when you move to, you know, the future, then there's a sort of disconnect. You know, with who you truly are. You know, and your attention moves to, instead of being present, it moves to psychological time, and your psychological identity. Um, and just coming present means going beyond the time, sense of time, um, beyond past, beyond future. And when you recognize who you are beyond past or future, that is so perfect. That part of oneself is, you know, just undisturbed, unchanging, is part of, you know, life or existence itself. You know, just like a
Yeah.
tree don't carry, well, we don't know, but it doesn't like carry that sense of psychological past or future. You know, someone tried to chop me in the past or something. You know, but we don't know what it feels. But just as an idea, yeah, it's all just completely there, still and present, just in that moment.
Thank you again.
Yeah. Only if you go into the mind do you experience suffering. You know, if
But
you
when
don't
I
go
was
in.
in that moment, I realized I'm a
Mm,
powerful spiritual being.
mm. And that's all that, when you connect to present or beyond past or future, is connecting just to that spirit itself. You know, at the very core essence, just it's just spirit or consciousness that pervades everything, and that is everything as well. You know, what that very spirit or consciousness you are is also that consciousness which exists in everything in the world and each and every being, you know. So at core, in the essence, is the same. Yeah.
Lovely. Really nice
Okay.
again, Priyesh. Bless you.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot. See you.
Have a
Bye.
blessed week.